Osimhen recently just got signed by Money Point for advert. How many Super Eagles players, when playing, get advert from top companies in Nigeria?
David Alaba spoke some time ago that he paid an agent 3 times for him to play for the Super Eagles, but he was duped.
Even I myself, I wouldn't want my child to play for this country. I prefer my child playing for Gabon.
We are going to be talking about why Nigerian players, maybe born in abroad or they grow up in abroad, why are they refusing to pledge their allegiance to the Super Eagles? Why do we have to struggle or convince them or travel to the country to go and talk to them before they have to pledge their allegiance to Super Eagles? Could it be that they don't want to play for Nigeria? Is there an experience they are going through that they don't feel like associating themselves back with the Super Eagles or with the national team? Is it an economy issue? Is it a governmental issue? What could be the problem? Today we'll find out on this show. Please like, subscribe, share, comment. On my right hand, I have Mr. Eto Kema, the real Nigerian man. And I have on my left hand side, Mr. Albert.
You got that day, you're not to yourself.
So we are talking about this topic today. So it's a very, very interesting topic, and I hope we do it very, very well. So let me hear from you first, because I have my own point. I have some things I know about.
They said,
let me hear from you
said
first.
charity begins at home. You first of all look at the way they treat our ex-footballers. You understand? Somebody like Rashidi Yekini, Femi Okpabumi, Okaraji, Sam Okaraji, Thompson Oliha, Uche Okafor, a lot of them. So, if you look at the way they treat them, do you think anybody that was not even born in Nigeria will want to play for this country? Most of these ones that even came to play for Nigeria wanted to ply their trade in their various countries where they were born. But because those ones didn't give them chance to come and play, that's why they opted to play for Nigeria. If I'm in their shoes, I would do the same thing. One, our NFF or NFA is a very poor and corrupt place. Instead of them to use footballers to head that administration, they use politicians. So I don't think anybody that is a rightful thinking person that was born abroad, that has seen everything, the way their own infrastructure, every other thing there is okay, we want to play for Nigeria.
Nice one, nice to hear that. Mr. Abba, what do you have to say regarding this topic?
Well, I remember there was a time John Fashanu was invited by Coach Otto Gloria. He said he would have loved to play for Nigeria. But the first time he came, if he's running this way, the ball goes this way. If he's running this way, the ball goes this way. Because he's already part of the English setup. You understand? So he cannot be able to blend in into that Nigeria style of play.
Which is quite different from Nigeria
style of play. That is what one of his reasons why he couldn't play. But there are some other factors as well. Factors like superior infrastructure. Are you getting it? Sometimes you look at like Fatah Abiodun, under 17 international. He pledged allegiance to Bahrain after playing the street of Bariga, Butemeta and all of that. But it is because when Bahrain came approaching him to switch his allegiance, he looked at so many, many things. Last time he spoke about the infrastructural facilities, the promises and everything, the welfare packages they told him about, in which he saw 2018 World Cup. Bahrain was at the brink of qualifying for the World Cup, though they didn't qualify. But what they promised them, just only that promise, can be a life-changing moment in their entire life, all their footballing career, what they promised them to play for the national team of Bahrain. So it is not applicable here. Are you getting? It's just like when you come into a country like Nigeria, it's like you are coming, let me just use the word, permit me to use the word jeun, you just come, you play, you go. If anything falters at the end of the day, you don't have an insurance policy covering you, even in the area of security. Are you getting it? And most times, if you look, some of the players like the Ulysses, David Alaba spoke some time ago that he paid an agent 3 times for him to play for the Super Eagles, but he was duped. Are you getting the picture? So there are so many factors why so many people don't like pledging their allegiance to Nigeria, especially those that were born and raised there. Even like someone like Uwobi was born here, but was raised in London. Are you getting the picture? We wouldn't know, because I've not heard him say the rationale behind him playing for Nigeria. But I know that maybe the uncle's factor.
Yeah, because of
Coach
JJ.
factor now.
Yes, it
Coach
may be the
factor.
uncle factor or coach factor. You know, some coaches know how to actually persuade the player to come and play. But if the player actually knows what is there for him, the disadvantage that is there and the advantage there, he lies in the position to weigh his options. Are you getting the picture? So that is just it. So it depending on the player, what he chooses, depending on where he was born and how he sees his prospect representing the country.
Something
so
I
to
want
say.
to say there. Based on what he has said, what about the ex-internationals, their children? Why haven't they played allegiance to play for Nigeria?
If we check critically well, from the 1980 till now, how many ex-international children play the game of football?
That's why we. That's
No,
what we're
they
saying.
actually did not play.
They don't play.
The ex-international children actually did not play. Okay, let's just Taribo West some few months ago in the burial ceremony of Peter Rufai.
Peter Rufai.
Yeah, it was so
His son
would not play.
It was just
Based on this
blabbing.
subject, no, let's look at this subject matter we're discussing. If he says his son will not play, he's looking at Stephen Keshi's son also complained.
But the Stephen Keshi's son is not even a footballer.
No, he's not a footballer, but the father was buried without NFA coming, NFF.
Sending out delegates,
being there, present there.
Yeah.
You understand?
Sending out representatives.
So the same thing as Peter Rufai. He was buried. The NFF officials were not there, at least to commiserate with the families and all of that. So there are so many factors.
Will
That's
make
why
you
you
not
see,
to want to play
if
for.
somebody do not want to, Tosi Adarabioyo that just came to Lagos recently.
After the World Club Cup.
Over the years, they have been inviting him for like 2 years. They have been inviting him. He has not come. He has been watching if England is going to give him a call up. So he has his reasons. There are so many things undertones to that effect. So it now depends on the player. Don't forget, Mikel Obi said something the last time that so many African players sees their African nation as a second option. Yes. If they are not being invited by the country where they ply their trade, they accept their country's invitation. That's how it is.
Just like one Bissaka and Congo.
Yes.
So that is a very good one from you. And to add up to what you are saying, there are many factors that I underline, that are really affecting these people not coming. Firstly, we'll talk about the facilities we use in Nigeria, just like you made mention of infrastructure. And these facilities, players playing in Europe, in abroad with good facilities, and you want them to come back to come and play in a lesser facility where sometimes they might come and get injured. You understand? Firstly, they will also always weigh up where they are going to and how that place is, because you that is living somewhere, if they ask you to come and stay somewhere, you first of all, when these guys come sometime matches, the hotels where they keep some of these guys, not up to standard, and some of these things is one of those factors that made these people, when they check the setup of Super Eagles, the NFF, the government, all of those things, it's always also affect their mentality in terms of coming to represent Nigeria. Now, we'll talk about the medical aspect of it as well. When our Super Eagles don't really have good medical infrastructure. When you see a player leaving a place like Germany, England, coming to play for your country, and then the player falls ill. There was a time Rooney came to Nigeria.
That one was food poisoning.
You understand now? And then he was they flew him back to UK immediately. And people who grew up in Europe, within some kind of environment and kind of weather, and then you call them to come and play for Nigeria. Yet when they come, you don't provide necessary things, medication, things, good doctors, good infrastructure that will take care of these people. I think those factors also, because these people, they hear news, they watch news, they have some family members who understand things that are going on in this country as well. And now, thirdly, these people also, sometimes because of the economical problem or challenges we have in this country as a whole, it affects the mentality of this boy. When you find yourself in Europe, playing in abroad, and then you see the opportunity to play for another country, where they will give you passports. And you see some of those countries' passport have weight more than Nigerian passport.
Nigerian passport doesn't even have weight.
You understand now? You have the passport have weight more than Nigerian passport. Secondly, you think about life after football. By the time you think about life after football, you watch after playing for Super Eagles. What will I achieve? What of those that have played for the country? How is their life?
Yes.
Are you getting what I'm saying now? Now you now think about it, okay, if I don't play for Super Eagles, even if I go for a country that is even lower than Super Eagles, but this country economically they are far better than Nigeria, I can assure my family a better future. I can assure after football, I can assure my family, my generation, at least after football, you cannot play football forever. So I feel like sometimes these things also go through these players' mind as well, because you after football, okay, let's say for example now, maybe Osimhen recently just got signed by Money Point for advert. How many Super Eagles players when playing get advert from top companies in Nigeria?
Very few.
Very
Someone
few.
like
Even
Mikel
sometimes
Obi
none
and
of them.
Mr. Moses.
Most of those players even play without even getting advert. But if you are playing for most of this European team or other country, there are many advantages.
endorsement.
You get endorsement, and those endorsements are part of the thing that keep you going. See Saka, you can't compare the life of Saka, even in terms of getting club side, getting signed by other top European clubs. If you pledge your allegiance to other country, it gives you advantage because the communication, at least they see you in a different way. So I feel like these are one of the challenges. And then now that brings us to diversion of what Mikel said, just like you said, that some of these players, they wait because they see Nigeria or African country as the second option, even third option sef, as the case may be. So now what Mikel said was that if you did not come to play for your country at the early stage, at so age, forget about it. Don't even come again. Which to me, I agree, because if you must take a decision in life, stand with that decision that you are taking, whether good or bad. You must go with it. We have seen people like Sonny Aluko coming to play at a later.
At 20-something, or 27 or so.
Shola Mobi, you understand now? So after the wait, the same thing, Tosin, the same thing happening to Tosin now, because I know that why NFL have not fully gone for Tosin is because when they were inviting him, when he was in Fulham, he refused to come, because then he was hoping that he was going to be to play for England. Yes, but because of it's not late, but his game now, he knows that him playing for England, the chances are very, very slim. So I don't know if you also agree with Mikel, with what Mikel said.
Yes, I do. I do agree with what Mikel said. You know, see somebody like Olise. Nigeria called him up, but he was waiting for France
To call him.
And France eventually called him. Now he's playing for France. Nigeria was the first country to call him. He had options. He had options playing for.
You have three nationalities. Tunisia,
not Tunisia, Algeria,
Nigeria, and France, and even UK, even England itself.
But he opted playing for France. So Nigeria, in that order now, Nigeria was even the least that even thought he would play for. So I strongly believe that what is affecting them, the factor that is affecting them, seeing what has happened to their ex or their predecessors, they wouldn't want to play. Okay, Femi Okpabumi is blind now, living in Ibadan. What has the NFL done for him? What way have they helped him? In which way have they helped him? Oruma is mentally retarded, mentally sick, somewhere in Delta State. How have they helped him? When you ask them now, they say that these guys made money in football. Then why didn't they invest their money well? They forget to understand that, like somebody like Oruma was duped. You know, see Paul Gascoigne in England. There are ways they assist them. Their FA assist them. We all know that Paul Gascoigne is a drunkard, but their FA assist him in one or two ways. You understand me? So Nigeria generally, nobody will want, even I myself, I wouldn't want my child to play for this country. I prefer my child playing for Gabon than to play for Nigeria. I'm telling you the truth.
Even Burkina Faso,
Senegal.